The chase lasted just a few seconds.
Please stop!
Then, Adam Toledo was shot dead by a police officer.
Stop it! Stop it!
And now, this image of the 13-year-old boy has gone viral.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! You alright?
How did this happen? The sound of gunshots drew Chicago police to the area around 2:30 a.m. on the 29th of March. Officer Stillman gets out of his car. 20 seconds later, Adam lay dying on the floor. Footage from body-worn cameras and CCTV was released. It had previously been suggested the teen was armed when the fatal shot was fired. Sky News has gone through the footage to assess in detail what the videos can tell us about the moment the trigger was pulled. The confrontation and shooting happened in just 3 seconds. We've broken the footage down, frame by frame. After a short chase, at 2:38 in the morning, Officer Stillman yells at Adam to show if he is unarmed.
Show me your head!
A second later, Adam's right arm moves. Something appears to be in his hand. Another second later, at 2:38:40, Adam raises both his hands, empty, into the air. Then, he is shot. By 2:38:41, the 13-year-old is on the floor dying. Chicago police now say Adam was holding a gun before he was shot, with body-worn cameras capturing footage of the gun on the floor near Adam. We can compare that footage with the glimpse we get of Adam's right hand. The images are too blurry to compare the shapes exactly. The light tip of the gun appears to match what could be in Adam's hand. We can also see his right hand, or something in it, is dark compared to his left hand. But this could be a trick of the light. Looking at other frames in the footage, here Adam's hand looks dark, and one frame later, it looks light. A CCTV camera shows us what happens behind the fence at the time police say Adam was holding the gun. Letting the footage play, Adam's arm appears to move behind the fence. And it is not possible to isolate a moment showing Adam's arm fully extending behind the fence. From both the body camera footage and this feed, Adam runs to the end of this gap in the fence, pauses, and then turns with his hands up. This is the location of the gun found on the floor compared to where Adam paused by the fence. A second later, in the moment before the gun is fired, Adam raised his hands. They are visibly empty.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Get an ambulance up here now!
4 seconds after Adam was shot, Officer Stillman radios his colleagues to report he had fired his gun and to request an ambulance.
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me! You alright?
And goes on to give him CPR. Adam's shooting is being investigated, while Officer Stillman has been temporarily given administrative duties. The 13-year-old Latino's death has sparked anger in the US and has coincided with the trial of the policeman who has been found to have murdered George Floyd, whose death last year saw the resurgence of the Black Lives Matter movement.